So I just realized I didn't have a recording. I guess streaming is different. I know I accidentally exited out of a thing, so I'm wondering if maybe that didn't. There was one tab that was I had, but that was telling me about my Twitch stream. I'm wondering if I should grab coal, but I don't think I actually need it. Although I feel like I should have an iron pickaxe so I can grab emeralds if I ever end up in the mountains. Anyway, for those who are watching the stream and are gonna watch this as a recording, I was talking about how I needed to do more walking. I also kind of thought about getting, like, some type of exercise machine to have in my room. Like a mini elliptical, like a chair elliptical, so I could, like, watch videos and exercise my legs a little bit. Or like a stair stepper or something. An elliptical sounds better, though. But honestly, if I, like, get a job, I might actually be able to exercise just by working. I'm also wondering if there are, like, free certifications I could do that could increase my desirability. But I don't know exactly what I should go for in that respect. I feel like what I could really use though is like a remote job. So I feel like I'd be a lot more comfortable having something that I could do anywhere. But I think a lot of those internet jobs want you to have, like, an Ethernet cable. Be, like, plugged into your... They want you to be physically connected to the internet and not wirelessly. I know hotels would be a good place to work online because at least one of the ones that I worked at for a short time had Ethernet. Should I get close to that baby and get chased by a polar bear? Well, I probably will get close to one of these babies. If I could make money from doing this, that would be great. Please follow me. Find my Patreon. I think I connected it to my Twitch account. And I think once I get to the end, if I get to the end, I was thinking about making like a big, like,
That sounds good. Well, according to this, my computer doesn't recognize my microphone. I mean, my microphone isn't like flashing or anything. It's still green. The microphone thing is still showing up on the bottom of my toolbar. It's like, man, what am I gonna do when I run out of Frostwalker? I just realized I could probably get like the surface coal and iron and copper, and then just go to the next village I find and smelt it. Like, that wouldn't be a terrible idea. Oh yeah, so I started, well, I didn't start, but I got back into crocheting. I just used all my black yarn, so now I'm gonna do, I don't know, either white or purple. It's gonna make like the ace flag as like a scarf or something. I don't think I don't have gray yarn though. And then I obviously didn't count how many rows I made of the black. I mean, I guess I could just count it, but I also just got a seam ripper from my grandma. That's one thing about having my grandma. I can be like, hey, I just realized my sewing kit doesn't have a seam ripper. And she, with her bajillions of quilting stuff, has just what I need. I wonder if my Frostwalker could work to like. Probably would, but I would totally get lasered, so. Probably not worth it. But I'm thinking if I do crochet, I could hypothetically, like, sell them. I've also got my blog that I haven't posted anything on in a while. It's my language learning blog. I have this book scanner and everything, but the last time I tried to do a book on that, it like did not work because some of the pages would not load. That and there's the problem that if a publisher finds out that I did that and they're like, oh. I mean, I'm not putting it like straight on my blog, I'm putting it in a Google Drive and then just having links to everything. I kind of want to go around this, but I don't think I can. It just keeps on. Like, is this like this for a reason? Is there a reason it's so difficult to get up here? Jeez. Jeez. Good thing I have a stack of dirt. Anyway, gonna make a bed. Put it away. I mean, I don't think I even need that, but I don't even think I need a cloth, but I have a cloth, so I'm gonna take it. Oh, I got full health on my frostwalkers. That's nice. I honestly wish Java and Bedrock had like some of the same settings that I'm like used to. Like Java used to have coordinates, and now they don't. But Bedrock still has coordinates. And then I know Bedrock, I was able to just I could make a path in the air. And they also have better contrast, like when it's selecting, you know, like how I got this blue thing going on. I think they automatically, like, the actual outline of the block was a lot easier to see in Bedrock. So when I finally got back to Java, I was trying to put torches every other block, and it was, like, impossible, because I could barely see where one block ended and the other started. Like, it still had a line, but it was, like, almost invisible. It was that small. One thing I like about the dripstone is that you can jump and just go higher up the dripstone. Although if you fall, then you get impalement damage. I forgot if auto jump was a thing, because it is kind of annoying having to jump just to get up and down a block. I think my previous video I was at a realm. Well, the realm ended up like dying like pretty quickly after I joined. And so like nobody plays it because I think everybody's busy. Which is understandable, but also the guy who made the realm did have a thing saying if you haven't played for like a week that he was going to kick you out of the realm. And he obviously hasn't done that because I'm pretty sure it's been like a couple of weeks at least. It's like, wow, a random camel, not by a village. But yeah, I was like very well. I was sprawled out over there. I had a path going all the way from the middle of the ocean to nearby where everybody else had kind of conglomerated. It was connected to 2 villages too. Actually, it was 3 because I did actually extend my path to go straight across the ocean to where there was another village. So make that 3 villages. And about like 3,000 blocks. Probably even more than that, honestly. Yeah, I think it was. I don't know. Yeah, but then at one of the villages, I ended up in like a hole and I kept on dying, and I was like, screw this. I'm like, nobody's playing, I keep on dying, I'm losing my stuff. I wonder if I should go in there. Because, I mean, it's obviously a mine shaft. Kind of want to see what they've got. You know what? It would have been great if I had found a mine shaft in that realm. Because I wanted... Ooh, blueberries. I'll take that. Because I wanted to make like a railroad so it didn't take forever to actually... Just with, you know, it being like a couple thousand blocks of stuff. It was kind of annoying if I ever had to walk back to one end of to my thing in the middle of the ocean, or from my thing in the middle of the ocean to the village. But I don't think I ever found a mine shaft, so I never stole any. One guy was trying to make a railroad in the Nether. But I stopped going to the Nether after I died like 20 times and I lost my really good trident. I was really sad. It was a good trident. It had like loyalty and it had like extra damage. Like impalement or something. Dang, I almost thought that was snow. I was like, gosh, Badlands and snow? Honestly, kind of wondering if once you get far enough, they just do this. Like, here's a desert. Wondering how long I want to make this video. My recording is at like 30 minutes. Damn wastes. Gross. These are new. Ooh. That's hilarious. I love camels. The fact that they just randomly lay down. I remember when I was watching something about finding where the world ends. It was like, said it takes like 83 days to get there. I'm like, okay, but are we talking 83 Minecraft days? Or 83 human days? Yeah, 'cause I feel like if you're gonna say it takes a certain amount of days to get there, and you're talking about a game that has a day-night cycle, like, you need to, specify. I mean, I feel like I've been in this game for at least 83 Minecraft days, so I'm wondering if it is 83 human days. Honestly, if you're gonna talk about games, you need to do it in hours of gameplay, not days. I swear, sometimes it seems like my computer is like way too bright, and sometimes my computer is like not bright enough. I don't even want to do is start riding my bike more. To get in shape, but if I do that, I kind of want to get new tires. Another thing that I did find the Flex Seal that I like. I had it somewhere, and then I was like, my dad must have thrown it away because, ew, it's Flex Steel. Like, we don't need Flex Steel. No. And eventually, I was looking for, like, rubber cement or glue or something, because my dad said he had super glue. I think I did eventually find it, but I used rubber cement instead. But I found the Flex Seal. I was like, oh, good. So I could just do that, and that would probably, I mean, that would be a lot cheaper than trying to get new tires for my bike. So I have all this cocoa. I'm not sure. Oh, I think it was for making cookies. Like if I get wheat, then I can make like 5 million cookies. I never. I probably need to make some cookies because, well, I've got like 20 of these, so I think I'm good for a while, but. I'm honestly kind of surprised I haven't been sprinting more. Remind me the next time I do a stream to like not accidentally X out of some of this stuff. So that I can be sure that I'm not. Man, I just wanted to get into this damn ship. Do I have an axe? I do not. Oh, I do have a fishing rod. Well, I wanted to find something in the air, but I guess not. Fine then. Oh, it does tell me how long I've been streaming. So I've been streaming for like 15 minutes or so before I realized that streaming and recording were different things. I think I need to start taking more risks in this game. Or at least to make a world where I do that. It's gonna be like, speed through, speed through. Can I get like Mr. Beast or somebody to like just randomly pop up and give me 5 million bucks, you know, for being a terrible streamer? That would be nice. I could use the money. I remember when they took my sister's bed out of our room. My mom was like, "Hey, what if we put the treadmill back in here in your room?" I was like, "If you did that, I would use it like all the time." But my dad didn't want to go through the mess of bringing it back in the house. So my mom got my hopes up for nothing. I'm like, dang it. First, I say I would use it every day, but I don't know. I personally think I would if it was in my room. I think the only problem would be if I wanted to like use my treadmill like in the middle of the night. Like I wouldn't be able to do that because they'd be able to hear me using the treadmill in the middle of the night. But I'm pretty sure I would have like, you know, as soon as I got out of bed, I'd be like, treadmill, treadmill. No, honestly, I think when we had the treadmill in the house, it like shook the house. Like every step you took was like tung, 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 tung. I have not been in such a vast coral reef before. I know this is like actually kind of realistic, but it is weird to see a strip of cold or regular ocean in the middle of the warm ocean. Oh yeah, so I saw my grandma yesterday. And I ended up just spouting a bunch of, like, random animal facts at her. It was pretty funny. She's like, how do you know all this stuff? I'm like, I know everything. I'm so smart. So, actually, I think she said, where are you getting all this stuff? I'm like, I just know things. It's mostly Wikipedia. Just be like wondering about a random animal or whatever. Look it up. Especially when it comes to like anatomy. One thing was actually a practical experience because it was about how hoofed animals, a lot of hoofed animals, don't have top front teeth, which she knew because she watches a lot of farming videos, so she found out about the whole thing with cows. I knew it because my first year in college, I did an intro to wildlife class, and one of the things we did was we put a radio collar on a deer to see if it stayed on campus, because there's no hunting on campus. And so, yeah, I got to see a deer up close. And there was a whole thing about, like, they don't have top front teeth. Because they were using the back teeth to figure out how old the deer was that we caught. And the lady that, I can't remember what she did. I think she was like a ranger or something. But anyway, she was able to tell that the deer was like a couple years old based on the back teeth. Do you like my vocal fry? My parents are sleeping. Or at least they're trying to. Might be up in a couple of hours saying that she can't sleep. She did that yesterday. I was like, oh. Something. It was like midnight, and I went to do the dishes. Because for some reason, that's when I do the dishes. Which I wouldn't be surprised if they found that annoying. It's like they're trying to sleep and they hear the dishes clamoring. Especially if I like drop something. I usually don't drop something, but like something like shifts suddenly and bangs into another dish. Sometimes it happens in my room. I'm doing something like I have this bar light. It's like magnetically connected to the wall. But if I don't put it on the magnet, like pretty much I have to take it off to turn it on because the several times that I've tried to just turn it on without moving it from the wall, it would fall off the wall. But anyway, if I don't put it back on the magnets right, it'll fall off the wall again. So I've done that a couple times. I barely even use that light anyway, because it like dies really quickly. Like it's rechargeable, so. But I swear I use it like twice, and then it's so dim, and it's like useless. Well, something drowned. Should I feed a cocoa bean to a parrot? I remember it was she has baking shows like bakery videos. Not baking, but like baker like she works in a bakery kind of thing. And she was playing Minecraft. Somebody convinced her to play Minecraft or something. And they're like, "Oh, feed that parrot a cookie." And she's like, "Oh, I guess it was a squid who drowned." Somebody told her to. She got a pet parrot, and so somebody told her to feed the pet parrot a cookie. And she had no idea. So, and she had no idea what was going on, so she did that and killed the parrot. And she was like, "Oh my god, how could you?" I think there was another thing I thought about doing is doing a bakery kind of thing. My sister did that for a while. She even had a Facebook thing for it. She had like a Facebook person. Had her baking business side. She had a Facebook for that one. But that didn't last very long. She stopped doing that. I mean, I don't think I can say that we were particularly supportive of the bakery thing. Especially because a couple of times when she made stuff for us, like the cakes, were kind of dry. But I think that's because it was the whole, stick a toothpick in it, and if it comes out clean, it's ready. But honestly, if you do that, it's dry. It's like, yeah, it's fully cooked, but it's dry. Honestly, I think I could do pretty well with that because I used to make this pumpkin cake. It was really good. Because it was like a box of cake mix and then a whole. I can't remember how big the can was of pumpkin. I think it was like 2016 or 20 can. Put the whole thing in there. Plus whatever else you put in the cake mix to make cake. So it was very moist. And then one time I made cake with leftover soda. I think that ended up, because I think after I made it, I soaked it in more soda or whatever, so it was just like kind of like sludge. I forget, it was like soda and like other things. Like I think there was like orange, like some type of citrus element going on. I can't remember what I did with that cake, but that was. Although, I mean, I think that would be an issue to be like, I'm making cake mix cake. I mean, a lot of people do that, but if people find out that they're doing cake mix cake to make cake and then selling it, people would be kind of pissed. I think we still have a bunch of like cake things from when my sister was doing that. Like she had all the like cake cardboard cake trays. We might have gotten rid of those. Right, that was another thing I used was the sunflowers. Like you go towards the sunflower faces. I mean, I think that's how I started, because I think I started in like some meadow with sunflowers in it. I mean, usually every time I get to like a cherry orchard, I plan on. Oh my god, what are my notifications? Probably my walking app's telling me to track my walking. According to my Pikmin app, I took 185 steps. I'm like, yeah, that's not happening. I should probably do that with my Sweat Point app because they actually. Supposedly, if you don't log your walking often enough, they stop logging your walking. I think there's another thing that has been impeding my walking to some extent is like I need my phone, like my phone's dying, you know, I won't walk until my phone is charged sufficiently because I need to have my phone when I'm walking so that it can count my steps. Honestly, I think if I got a Fitbit again, or some other type of watch for that, it'd probably be okay because the watch would track the steps so that I wouldn't actually need to bring my phone. Although I don't know if an Apple Watch can work very well when your phone's far away. I feel like the watch would still take your steps though. I know I had a watch that was to track my steps. It was a Garmin watch. But I think I got rid of the charger, so at least I have no idea where the charger is. I think I got rid of it though, because I was like, I don't know what this goes to, and then I found a watch, and I was like, oh crap. Honestly, I don't even really wear watches though, so. I mean, part of me finds that it makes my not wearing watches kind of makes the idea of pocket watches make a lot more sense. Because I'm just like, you just have a watch in your pocket instead of having to have something wrapped around your wrist the whole time. think the weirdest thing about mountains and hills and stuff is that for some reason it seems easier to climb a mountain on a horse. And you'd think it would not be. I think it's because they can walk up like 2 blocks. And obviously you don't have to jump the way you have to jump for everything else. I just realized that even though I made that bed, I don't think I set my respawn point. Why do I have 3 flint and steels? I don't even use these. Oh, I think I was using those to cook meat. You know, like you set an animal on fire and you get cooked meat out of it. At least I think that's doesn't seem like a 10 raw mutton chops over here. I gotta say, my light bulb for my room, like on the main light bulb, has really been holding out. Like sometimes it like would actually it might just be the battery in my the light remote. Right, so sometimes it like would die and like wouldn't turn on. And then like a day or 2 later it's back on. Like it's probably dimmer than it used to be, but it still hasn't completely gone out yet. I think sometimes it flickers, but actually I haven't done that in a while. Like, that's quite a light bulb. Like when my old lamp went totally out, and I think when I went to Target for, I think I got sandpaper because I was gonna try to make like wooden things, but I went and got sandpaper and I was like, hey, you know what? I need a new light bulb for my lamp. I just need to find it. But whatever the fuck kind of light bulb it is, was not at Target. I'm still mad that for some reason they do random zombies show up. Remember, I think the first time I saw them, I thought, oh, there's a village nearby. There was not a village nearby. Oh my god, zombie horse! I was gonna go and like stop, but I realized it would just be walking on ice at that point. But yeah, if anything is scary, it's a zombie with a spear riding a horse. Because I feel like they could go pretty fast. At least I would think so. I mean, skeleton horses are the thing you really gotta watch out for, but those are rare. The annoying thing is that sometimes when something is on a horse, you have, like, it won't kill the thing that's on the horse. It kills the horse first. And like, no, I wanted the horse. God, this thing is still me. Like, if I had sword swipe this zombie, I'd probably get the horse. And not the zombie. I remember there was a thing about, like, if you were on a camel, like, you'd be too high up to get you, but I feel like I tried that. And it didn't work. Like, these are the only time I've only seen a zombie horse, like, it's been because of this new update. One thing I like about the skeleton horses, though, is that you don't need a saddle to ride them, and I think they're faster than regular horses. I think the Guardian would laser a zombie horse. I don't even know if this is a proper monument. This might just be one of those thingies. That was an interesting sound. Oh, yep. There's a Guardian. Ah! That freaking scared the crap out of me. Shit, the thing's swimming? I wouldn't have thought that would be possible. I am so confused. How is that allowed? That shouldn't be allowed. Oh, that didn't actually do so much damage. It's my armor. Projectile protection. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go now. I'm getting out of here. Sorry to bother you, Guardian. I thought maybe you'd help me out here. Can you, like, not try to shoot me, please? I'm starting with my life here. I didn't even touch you. Well, at least now I know if I get good enough armor, I might be fine. Breaking the law. So you know what? That would be a good idea. If I find glowberries, to use those instead of trying to make lanterns. Just put those everywhere. Then I'd have food and light. Except they'd also be kind of in the way, huh? That's no problem. I might just keep on playing until my computer says stop. I also need to try to get a beehive going in my other world. I just realized I have like a few pickaxes. trying to remember how many blocks it was supposed to be until you get to the end. I think it was like 30 million or like 300 million, because I feel like it had to do with the amount of they also pulled blocks. Like 300 blocks wide. Chunks. That's what I'm thinking of. Chunks. I was just watching a video about people complaining about things in zoos. It's literally like, the animals are too quiet, the animals are hiding. Ew, you've got bugs in the bug exhibit. And like asking the zookeepers to like torture the animals so they can get what they want. Like, no. Like, poke the bear to get it to do things. Like, we like to live. And I bet they actually poked the bear to get it to do things. Be like, animal abuse, animal abuse. Of course, there are a lot of people that at zoos that are like, they should be out in the wild. Like, I promise you, if they could be out in the wild, they probably would be. But we like our animals alive, thank you very much. And also tell that to all the other people that go around killing the wild animals. They're the reason a lot of these animals are in zoos now. I'm trying to think of like what kind of animals I've actually seen in person, like at zoos and stuff. I know I've seen tigers because those are my favorite animals, so I always gotta make sure I see those. I'm not sure I've seen a bear, but I might have seen a polar bear near the penguin exhibit. Maybe. Obviously, I've seen penguins because I'm at the penguin exhibit. Seen, you know, cucumbers and sea stars and stingrays, you know, in the petting area. I've seen sea stars in the wild. I remember I have a picture of one. It's like on up here on one of the posts that holds the dock up. Sea lions, seen those in the wild and probably at zoos as well. I think I've seen lions. I don't see why I wouldn't have seen lions. I've seen tigers. I think I'd see lions too. Elephants, because I remember they had like elephant riding, and obviously I wanted to do that. My sister too, probably. Was like, they torture the elephants to get them to be ridden. So we didn't actually ride them, but we did see them. giraffes. I'm pretty sure we fed giraffes. See different kinds of antelopes and stuff. Zebras, probably. I wonder if I've seen a Persian Falls ski horse. Maybe. And I've seen a lot of like videos and stuff, so I was like trying to remember if I've seen anything in person, not in just videos. Pretty sure I've seen mountain lions. I remember when I was in my first year in college, I got to my dorm and they were like, "Did you hear there's a mountain lion on campus? Somewhere by the trail that leads from the dorms to the school buildings." I was like, I was literally in the forest by the trail. Like, I took a shortcut through the forest to get from my art class to my dorm. Because otherwise you would have been going in like a loop. I was like, I was literally just walking in the forest by myself. Oh, monkeys probably. Pretty sure we saw them because I remember when I saw them I was like, are they gonna throw shit? You know, kind of thing. It was either monkeys or apes of some kind. But there was always that like vague feeling of they're gonna throw stuff. Or maybe they did throw stuff, I don't remember. Anyway. Dolphins. And orcas. See, I've definitely seen owls and hawks and stuff because I volunteered at a wildlife rehab, and that was my job for a while was to feed the raptors in the small aviary, which were owls and raven. And some occasional falcons and hawks and stuff. And there was the big aviary that had hawks in it that I helped feed them a couple of times. And actually, I didn't see a raccoon alive until I volunteered at the Wildlife Center. I don't think I saw a fox alive until I went to the Wildlife Center either. Because I didn't really think foxes actually lived in my area. But my dad was like, it's called Fox Grove for a reason. I'm like, yeah, there's probably a polar bear cave somewhere. Doesn't mean there's polar bears there. It's like there's probably something with an animal name of something that doesn't actually live there. Like Elephant Island or something, you know, like. thing about boats that I like is when they're in the right orientation. There's air pockets. Skipping past the kelp. And I've got a bunch of stuff I should cook. So far, I've been eating this sausage that I think might be making me sick. Because I don't think I quite checked the ingredients properly. I knew it has Parmesan cheese in it, but I'm usually good with that. I'm starting to wonder if it's the fact that it's a sausage. Like maybe I can't have sausages anymore. Because you can't really drain the grease properly. And maybe it's the casing I need to be worried about. I mean, the casing is pretty hard, so maybe I should take the casing off. I remember I went through this whole thing about like I'm not gonna eat beef anymore because it was making me sick. But there have been a few times where I ate beef where I was totally fine afterwards, so I'm like, is this even an issue? Like, is it just whatever I eat repetitively that makes me sick? Or is it certain ways that it's cooked that makes me sick? Like, I don't know. Whatever the deal is, whatever, I should. My best bet when it comes to working, I don't know. I feel like a restaurant would be hit or miss because I'd probably feel like, hey, I get a free meal every day working at this restaurant, but like, is that really a good idea? I mean, I guess if I get the salad, I wouldn't have to worry about it like killing me. I know retail could be kind of it's just bad because if you wanna, because then at that point you're literally just buying junk food because that's usually what they sell. I honestly might go back to working for Dollar Tree, which is annoying because I got rid of all my green t-shirts, so it's like... Guess that's a me problem. Never get rid of your green t-shirts. You might have to go work for Dollar Tree. But I do have green polo shirts, so I'm not completely out of clothes. I remember one store manager was like, I think she became the manager like just before or just after I left. But I remember she turned out to be kind of a stickler about the dress code, so... God, how many ocean monuments are there? I think there were supposed to be like 4 in a world. But does the Guardian laser go through blocks? I mean, even if I did go in there, I'd probably drown. I can't remember if there's supposed to be anything particularly interesting in an ocean monument. Besides all the prismarine. I think that was another thing. I need to make sure I get like a silk touch pickaxe or something before I go after any prismarine again. I gotta say, trying to say that I'm trying to find the end of the world is kind of annoying when there's actually a dimension called the end. I got another one? How they're like all next to each other. Like, what the hell? I wonder if you could use your shield to block a laser. I think no? Yeah, this chair I have can really, like, bend. Like, I'm pretty sure one day this thing is going to, like, fall apart and, like, impale my butt on the post that holds the seat up. I'm surprised they haven't, like, straight up fallen over yet. Honestly, it would be kind of awkward if I got to the end and it was, like, in the middle of the ocean. I wonder if I could bypass the whole building thing by like growing trees or something, like in a stack. But I think that would still count because I would have to put dirt on top of a tree in order to make another tree. Damn, I thought that was a boat. I guess that's one thing I could do. Swim a Nautilus around. That was one of the things I did in the room. I had Nautiluses. But once I had that path, I didn't need them anymore. And then I used a boat because obviously I think that was faster than finding my Nautilus. And I feel like after a while it was like they despawned or something and they took the saddles with them. But I fished so much that I would get plenty of saddles, so now you can make them, so that's not even an issue. I remember I had a book that I was using to like log coordinates for certain landmarks or whatever. And I had the book. Everything that I wrote down just ended up being suddenly became a number sign. So I like pretty much lost all that information. I think I still remember the coordinates, so I was able to rewrite it. But that was just like, why did it stop? Why did it suddenly do that? I should probably go back and get that dirt, but I don't feel like it. I'm gonna be really sad when the frost walker boots stop working. Honestly, if I stream this to TikTok, I might do a little better. I might have to try that next time. Maybe I should have used as many tags as possible. You know you got problems when you can't go. You have to barely go now before getting tired of the lack of stimulation. It's almost like you seem to get tired of playing the game a lot quicker when you're watching or listening to something really funny. You've been able to play longer than I can actually see how long I've been playing. I've only been on here for 20 minutes. I mean, I don't know about playing longer than that. When you're just playing to play, then you're not paying attention. It's another reason I haven't actually been doing this though often is because I really do the video honestly, it might be a thing of like the conflict that I have to be doing multiple things. And that's not being productive enough. I'm actually glad I got this software because I remember last time I uploaded a video after using this software and record, it downloads the record. And every other time I got this software, it was like it would take like days. I think I can make longer videos using the software than I could with a computer because I don't think it actually takes much storage. It can. So we're using the Xbox Game Library. Constantly have to delete videos because taking up all of my storage. I think an hour-long video is like a gigabyte thing. One thing I found out doing is at least about the computer skill. Learning some type of computer skill. But what this app is supposed to teach me coding. That I'm getting ready for now. Maybe it would be better if I got like a proper course in some computer language. Because also I feel like I'd be better on things that are actually like courses. Like some people do better when it's like an interactive game. I feel like for me, for some reason, it seems like I do better when it's like an actual course. And I'm more motivated to do it when it's like an actual course. I think it, yeah, because I don't really know much of school and we're trying to be playing like typing games. And I honestly did not like it. Like, I honestly didn't really get into it until I was in like 6th grade and was trying to catch up a little bit because I was, before then, I would literally just sit in the menu screen because I didn't want to play. Yeah, I didn't like it. I got complex about games. Because games you can lose. Like, of course it's not. I mean, I guess it's still pass or fail, but failing isn't losing. Yes, I feel like passing or failing is like win or lose. That means somebody's better than you. Passing or failing, you're only focused on winning or losing requires you to compare yourself to other people because you are playing against other people. Passing or failing is just you. I mean, you can compare your grades to other people's, but you could also just focus on your game. You don't have to pay attention to other people's grades. But you do end up having to get other people's results. And I've always been a sword loser, so. So having my inadequacies shoved in my face via a game. Yeah, I think that's my thing is that, you know, a lot of games, like, if somebody's gonna win, they do it by getting the upper hand on another person. And, you know, having somebody get the upper hand on you doesn't feel good. And getting the upper hand on somebody can be a bit iffy. Like, I don't know, like, sometimes it feels to me like it's kind of a crime. I mean, like, it depends on what you're doing. Like, a lot of people, like, some people, they win by literally taking advantage of somebody for cheating, you know. Anyway, I always felt like with games, like, somebody's gonna get hurt. That's why I like solo games, like this, like, an end goal. Or solitaire, where, I mean, literally just you doing whatever. Like, obviously there's a goal, but you don't have to worry about other people. It's just you and the cards. And it's weird because I feel like I like to say that I'm not competitive, but I think the problem isn't that I'm not competitive, it's that I'm too competitive. Like, I mean, obviously I like winning, but I hate losing so much that I'd rather not play. And I'm kind of wondering why I'm like that. Like, what was the impetus for me being like, I can't stand playing? I don't know why I would feel like. Actually, I think that is a thing. But I think that's probably why a lot of those things where there's streaks and stuff, why I don't always, why I don't stay with them, like, you know, streaks, competitions. You know, get as much XP as you can, compare yourself to all these other people, like, use a league, or whatever, you know, that kind of stuff. And, like, and that's why I don't stick with them very long. Like, if you XP. No comparison to other people. I stick with it. If I could do in the settings, I could probably go into the settings and be like, competition bullshit. Competition bullshit out of here. I feel like sometimes I can deal with it, I don't know. I think it's literally the ones where I don't care if I win or lose, kind of thing. Maybe? Or if I feel like there's some hope of me winning. If there's some type of stake in it, then it's like, ooh. Because honestly, I feel like all the games I've had a stake in, I've lost. And that just hurts way too bad. Especially when that seems to be the only thing that happens, like, I can't think of a time when I necessarily won something I had much of a stake in. I think I won a Kahoot one time and I was actually kind of getting into it. But I know when I was in academic decathlon, the time when I was actually on the team, this time of loss. Shit. I don't think I'm anywhere close to where I was. And that is why you make a bed every night. And you make sure your respawn setting is, your respawn point is set. So, man, I should have quit while I was ahead. So, I swear, sometimes I'm like that. I crossed the horizon to find you. That's annoying. You know, sometimes when I do that, I will look, or at least in Bedrock. And that's another thing, is the swimming settings here. I think on Bedrock I was able to actually swim, and I could like swim at the surface and like not lose bubbles. But it was weird because sometimes it wouldn't work. Like, is there like a certain amount of time I need to be underwater? farm worker. Honestly, it's the fact that the swimming doesn't even seem to be that fast. Like, nope, that didn't work. No, because I had this freaking spacebar still on. I wonder if there's a way to do this so I can like jump out of the water and then just go back to swimming before I do the first one. Nope. Of course not. That would be too fucking easy. God, where are the dolphins? God, I had a golden apple too. I could use that. Because I think I was at like Half-Life and creepers came up. I had a shield, it probably would have been fine. At least with Java, the shields are easier to use. That's one of the things that's annoying. It's you gotta actually go into Steam mode to use a shield. I guess another thing I need to do is make golden carrots and golden apples. At least golden carrots, because those actually help. I'm surprised that's still there. God, I'm probably gonna die before I even get there, huh? You know what? I'm gonna end this here. Thank you for watching. Bye.